Well, fall football indeed in Hartford as UCF travels on the road to take on the UConn Huskies. Marc and Pat O'Hara. Knights on a nice 5-game win streak. Pat, on the road, but what has stood out to you defensively these last 5 weeks for UCF?
Well, defense has been strong. They're number one in the American scoring defense. They need to continue on that. Really turning people away at the goal line has just been tremendous. UCF's got to continue on that path.
You know, UConn had maybe their best offensive game against East Carolina. Their quarterback threw for 300 yards. So what have you noticed about UConn's offense for the Knights to focus on?
Well, it's no secret they've struggled offensively, but last week they took East Carolina all the way in the fourth quarter. It was a very competitive game. They're able to put 3 touchdowns, in the end zone. Chandler Whitmer, the quarterback, converted on all 3 of those touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. They've had a tough time rushing the ball into the end zone. No touchdowns, really 1 touchdown from the running back position all season, but they're getting better, and defensively they're strong.
Knights have only allowed 3 rushing touchdowns all year. How about the UCF offense? Had a good game against the opponent last week in Temple. What about the Knights in this football game against UConn?
Well, I think defensively is a strength of UConn's team. They're good up front. They're big and strong. They fill gaps with some big bodies. Pretty good on the back end. Down a player in the secondary is UConn. We need to continue working on what we're doing offensively, creating that balance and that chemistry that we started to build last week.
Weather forecast calls for temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Could be some rain, could be some wind. You think it's a factor in the game?
I don't know. It feels pretty good right now. It's nice and cool. It should be maybe a little rain tomorrow, but we played at SMU last year, Mark. It wasn't any colder than I think I've ever been in my life. We responded pretty well there, so I don't think it's much a factor.
The Knights of the UConn Huskies. UCF tries to win its 6th in a row, stay unbeaten in conference play. Kickoff is set for 12 noon. For Pat O'Hara, I'm Marc Daniels.
Fans come out to Bright House Network Stadium on Friday, November 14th, as UCF plays host to the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. It's Military Appreciation Day, and complimentary tickets are available to the men and women who've served and continue to serve our country in the U.S. Armed Forces.